Hi everybody, I am Monique Forcier. I am a spiritual coach and I thought I would hop on today and just chat with you a little bit about forgiveness. Yeah. You know, the saying goes, to err is human and to forgive is divine. I don't know why they say that because forgiveness, it's just so hard. Yeah, the struggle is real. And I bet you that all of us can, at some point or another, say that we have been hurt by someone else. And so forgiveness should be probably something that we have to practice a lot. Or maybe we've made mistakes and we need to forgive ourselves or let ourselves off the hook for something. Like maybe you said something that was like, I don't know, you regret saying, or you did something. And so it should be second nature to us, but it's really not. It's actually can be challenging. But when we don't forgive, what can happen is we have these thoughts or these feelings of anger and resentment, bitterness, and we can even get to this point where we feel like we need vengeance towards the other person, or we self-sabotage ourselves because we feel like we've done so many things wrong. So forgiveness is a very important step in the human process. You know, it's very difficult to move on with your future. Let's say you want something better in your life, but you're not able to let go of something. Your hands or your fists are just so closed. You're not able to let go of something that either someone has done to you or something you did, a mistake. And so you're not able to move forward. You kind of are a little bit stuck. You know, so when we get these feelings of I'm stuck, you have to kind of look at yourself and be like, well, why am I feeling stuck? Am I having a hard time letting go of or forgiving somebody or myself, or letting something go? And when forgiveness is necessary, when you've determined I really need to forgive this person or I need to forgive myself, it's first really important to see where people are coming from. We'll just talk about other people. Perhaps they have hurt feelings. They may have past hurt feelings, past traumas that they're dealing with. Perhaps they've made mistakes. You've made mistakes. And possibly could they projecting their feelings onto you? You know, they're reacting because of their traumas or their past mistakes, and they're projecting them onto you. Once you can start to kind of see or understand where that other person's coming from, maybe it's not, this is like, I'm not doing this to you specifically, but this person did this to you because they have past traumas or hurts and they're projecting them. If you can start to understand that it's really not about you, then you can bring in a little bit more compassion. And when compassion is available to you, compassion, empathy, sympathy, all of these emotions, when they become available to you, they're really emotions of the divine love, or God's love. The energy of forgiveness is really and truly one with divine love. So once you can kind of get to that compassion stage, seeing other people's perspectives, understanding, you know, that maybe they're coming from hurts or traumas themselves, or that they just made a mistake. We all make mistakes. Then potentially, then you can bring in this compassion, this sympathy, this empathy. And once you get there, that's really coming from the source of just divine love. You know, it seems really dorky to say, like, how do we do forgiveness? We really just do it by practicing it. It's not like there's some magic trick that needs to happen, or the lights need to turn on and you'd be like, oh, it's really just about practicing it and just letting go. Letting go of the hurt that someone potentially has caused you. And letting go and moving forward is simply just a choice. You can either choose to hang on to that bitterness, anger, resentment, or you can say, I'm choosing forgiveness, because, you know, without forgiveness, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It's really more harmful to us than it is to them. And never fear, as we are a human, the opportunity to forgive will always present itself, because people will always hurt us. We will always make mistakes. You'll always have the opportunity to forgive. So if you just keep practicing it, the more and more you'll get better at it, it'll get like second nature for you. And it's important to remind yourself too that making mistakes is just part of the human experience, and it's how we learn. There's not a lot of ways that we learn in this lifetime, and making mistakes is truly one of them. And it brings in that energy of forgiveness. And when we move into the energy of forgiveness and we move it into our lives and we experience it and we start forgiving those around us and forgiving ourselves for our mistakes or our things that we perceive as having done wrong, it's just important to remember, think about how wonderful you feel when someone forgives you, when you say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I stepped on your toe. And they're like, I'm fine, it's okay, thank you for saying it, you're sorry or whatever. And you feel like, thank God, oh my God, thank God they said. It like gives a sense of relief for you. It helps you feel like, okay, I made a mistake, but it's not that big of a deal, or they're gonna get over it or whatever. Think about offering that to somebody else or giving that gift of forgiveness to somebody else, what sort of sense of relief and joy that will bring them too. So if you can even come from it from the other person's perspective, if you're struggling with forgiving them, sometimes that would help. I'm working through forgiveness in my own journey. I think it's important to remember that it is a continual act and a continual process that we have to go through, and that it's like one and done. It's just, letting myself off the hook for my perceived, wrongs, for other people's perceived wrongs. It's a constant thing. Yeah. But I'd love to hear about you, what your thoughts are on forgiveness. I always love to hear back from my peeps, and, always feel free to reach out if you'd like to learn how we could work together. I am a spiritual coach, and I'm here for you to help guide you on your journey. I don't know it all, but I've definitely gone through some stuff, and I would love to be able to help you with forgiveness or whatever else you're going through. Thank you, and have a fantastic day. Much love.